Tonight, more bad news for drivers, as ExxonMobil's CEO predicts years of tight supply.
You're probably looking at 3 to 5 years of continued fairly tight markets.
In other words, scarce production and potentially not enough oil to go around. The executive also responding to President Biden, who accused the U.S. oil industry of capitalizing on the supply shortage for profit.
How damaging is it to be attacked by the U.S. president saying you're making more money than God?
Well, you know, we tend to look past a lot of the political rhetoric that we see day in and day out, and you've got to be thinking through not just today and tomorrow or the next year or the next administration, but through this very long time horizon.
This controversy as human rights groups condemn Biden for his upcoming visit to Saudi Arabia next month, which he denies is aiming at getting the Saudis to pump more oil.
COVID is down, but gas prices are up. Our work isn't done.
It's very difficult to believe that you'd be going to see Saudi Arabia and not wanting to talk about oil.
U.S. oil production peaked in December 2019 with over 400 million barrels pumped in the field. Throughout the pandemic, production starting to creep back, but it's not even close to pre-COVID levels. Refining capacity to turn that crude oil into gasoline is also down, about 1 million barrels per day, or 5% since 2020.
I think the point people don't make is that a lot of these refineries are changing to make renewable diesel. That ultimately relates to the fact that the companies want to minimize their emissions because they're being told by the government to minimize their emissions.
Mix in a war in Ukraine, Russian sanctions, and high demand for summer travel. It's all driving the national average for a gallon of gas stubbornly high, around $5 a gallon. And it's hitting Americans where it hurts. Jennifer Carrico from Tennessee said high gas prices almost derailed her summer vacation.
It really makes you think twice.
She says her family cut back so they could afford to travel.
We stay at home. We've stayed at home a lot just so we can go on vacation.
It's that sort of behavior that worries economists. Holding back on spending due to high prices could help push the economy into a recession. Goldman Sachs now puts the probability of a recession in the next year at 30%, up from 15%. Some people taking things a step further. Antoine Faulkner in Kentucky donating plasma for some extra cash.
Right now, it's definitely helping. Gas is high. Just when you need extra money, it's an easy process.
Americans going to the extreme to pay at the pump with no immediate relief in sight.
That's quite the visual right there, donating blood to pay for sky-high gas prices. With that, Maura Barrett joins us now from Washington. Maura, President Biden is considering a gas tax holiday. We reported on this yesterday. When could we get word of that? And it's also getting some pushback from some Democrats?
Right, Tom, we heard from former President Obama's economic advisor, Jason Furman, weighing in today, pointing out that these types of tax cuts don't just benefit consumers. It actually will also benefit oil and gas producers. And it also means that more gas isn't being produced and distributed, which is what could permanently bring prices down. And so the president is set to make a decision in coming days in order to set Americans up for success ahead of the July 4th holiday. And so this is something that is obviously top of mind for Americans, but important to note that cheaper gas prices will just be temporary, and that could drive demand, which could just push inflation even higher.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.